Yo, welcome back, ladies and gents. My name is Revery, and today I'm going to be bringing you another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about how I am preparing for Classic WoW, or Classic launch, if you will. It's actually around the corner, less than a week from when I'm actually recording this. I thought this would be kind of a fun video to make. This is obviously a lot more nonchalant than my normal videos. I just really wanted to post this out there. I came up with this idea when I was like laying in bed, so I was like, oh, this would be kind of fun to do. So this video is just going to go over what I'm doing to prepare for Classic launch, and obviously probably the first couple weeks. This can really be applied to any time during it, but it was kind of my motivation, if you will. So as a disclaimer, like I said, this is stuff that I'm doing. This is in no way, shape, or form something that you need to do or that you should do, but hopefully it might spark some motivation for you guys to want to do something like this in preparation and after Classic comes out. I broke this down in kind of 10 different things, and yeah, here we go. So the first thing I want to talk about is drink lots of water. Now I know some of you guys are like, well, duh, Rev, you stupid. Of course I'm gonna drink lots of water, but I think it just goes without saying that you should be trying to stay as hydrated as possible. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to be running with a dungeon group, 5 people from 13 to like 60, and it's going to be crazy. I really want to reduce as much downtime as possible, so I don't want to have to keep getting up and getting glasses of water. Obviously, if you want to do that, it's all good. I completely understand. But for me personally, I'm actually going to be getting like a big like water bottle, or I even thought about doing what like the wrestlers used to do back in high school and just walk around with a big ass jug of water. But I think what I actually might do is take it a step further and be super bougie with it and get a big hydro flask, like one of those like 40-ounce plus hydro flasks. The reason why is I actually drink more water when it's cold. I love like ice cold water. I love ice cold water. I'm more apt to drink water if it's ice cold. I know it's weird, but so that way not only can I hold more water, but I can also keep it cool because it's a hydro flask and it's insulated, whatever. So if that helps you guys out, I would suggest maybe looking into doing something like that. Or it doesn't really matter if you want to just keep getting up and getting glasses, that's totally cool too. But just the way I am, and I don't know, when I'm going to be streaming everything as well, so my mind's going to be kind of everywhere between streaming and leveling and trying to pay attention because I'm tanking for my group. You know, a lot of it's going to be the group waiting on me. Reducing much downtime, having that bottle is going to go a long way. Okay, number 2 kind of ties in with number 1 a little bit. It's going to be what you eat. Now, my girlfriend and I have talked about this a couple times. I've told her about the whole WoW launch months ago, and so she's been kind of mentally preparing herself for what I'm going to be doing, which is kind of funny. But we have actually talked about doing meal prepping. So for those of you that aren't familiar with what meal prepping is, it's basically just taking a day, cooking a bunch of stuff for about a week at a time. I think is what people normally do. Usually it ties in more with people who are like fitness or health oriented. So if you like Google just like meal prepping, I'm sure you'll find a lot of tutorials, a lot of videos, a lot of blogs, what they make for their meals. And so what my girlfriend and I talked about was going to like a grocery store. So what you can do is go to a grocery store. We've actually meal prepped in the past, and we've purchased these like Tupperware things, or like 7 or 8 Tupperwares that you can use for the meal prepping. It's like $8 or $10. It wasn't that bad. And we're going to be just putting the food in those things. Now, basically, we're going to go to a grocery store, just get a bunch of chicken, probably chicken breast, cook them all up, use a little bit of, you know, whatever, just to make it taste a little bit better. And then split those into 7 different Tupperware. And then we're also going to be making rice or quinoa. We haven't decided that yet. And then some sort of vegetable. And basically, that's what I'll be eating throughout the week. And I know it seems kind of bland. I know it's not the best thing in the world, but unfortunately, as much as I would love to eat top ramen and Hot Pockets like I used to back in the day, me being 28, I know I'm not that old, but I do have to be a little bit more conscious about what I'm eating. So because I really won't be going and working out the first week and a half or 2 weeks or so, I'm trying to kind of compensate for that a little bit by just eating healthier than I normally would. A couple good things about meal prepping. One, you kind of take care of all the cooking and stuff during the week. That means you won't have to be looking and cooking and microwaving and stuff. Or I mean, you still microwave, but you won't have to worry about cooking food and doing a lot of time doing that during the week where you're trying to level. 2, you can portion control. So for those of you who are like, oh, I want to lose weight, this might be, you know, I really was on this workout plan, whatever, but I want to play WoW. You know, it helps out a little bit with just like not taking in as much calories as you normally would eating like other not so good foods for you. And then lastly, if you're somebody who is like really planning on, you know, ordering out every single day for that whole week and a half, and what is going to be like Postmates and DoorDash or Uber Eats, whatever, this is going to save you a lot more money. It's kind of like a triple whammy, if you will. And I think it's probably the smartest play in my opinion, hence why I'm going to be doing that. So that's something to think about. And that would be a big suggestion of mine, just because it kind of does a lot of things to help your whole experience out and save you money. Okay, so the next thing, number 3, sorry, I have my little list in front of me here. Number 3 is something that I did earlier in the week, but cleaning the inside of your computer. Now, as a disclaimer, if you don't know anything about computers, or if you've never dealt with inside of the computer, do it at your own risk. But I wouldn't suggest just digging inside your computer with your hands or on a carpet or whatever, because you could potentially hurt your computer or fry it or whatever. If you don't have a lot of experience in this, you can do something very simple. You can just take the side panel off, go to a Best Buy or Fry's or some sort of electronics store, wherever you're at, get a couple of those compressed air cans, literally just go outside, spray it down. Just spray it out, get all the dust out of there. Obviously don't do it out in the rain, don't use water. But just grab the a couple cans of compressed air, spray it down, get all the dust out of there. What this will do is it'll just clean it out, and by doing this, more just better airflow throughout your computer. And ultimately, because you'll be playing your computer for longer periods of time, your computer is going to be very hot. Your computer runs very hot, and this will just have better airflow throughout your computer and hopefully keep it cooler longer, which just improves your performance overall. So if you do know something about computers, I built several computers in the past, so I actually went out and literally deep thorough cleaned it, and I even put holding thermal paste on and stuff like that. So I went through and just completely dusted, wiped everything down, and it's good to go. That's what I would do, just because like I said, with how much I'm going to be playing WoW, especially the launch week and streaming, it's going to be a lot of high intense stuff. I'm not only my GPU but CPU, and it'll help out overall. Number 4, cleaning your whole setup, desk, room area. Now this kind of obviously ties with the whole computer thing, but the same principle. You're going to be spending a lot of time in this room. If you're anyone like myself, if you're just kind of a casual player, or you just kind of play it normally, this doesn't really necessarily have to apply to you. I'm really, I guess, more speaking towards people who are going to be investing a lot of time, at least the first week, 2 weeks, month, whatever. If you took time off of work to play WoW, I'm assuming you're just going to be spending a lot of time playing WoW, and I know there's a lot of people doing that. So I guess I'm kind of speaking more towards you guys. Like myself, I'm going to be playing a lot of it, so I won't really be spending time doing these other things. That's why I'm trying to do it beforehand. But cleaning your room or your desk area, you'll be spending a lot of time in here. You might as well spend your time in a clean place. Obviously, since you're gonna be in here, your fans are blowing, there's gonna be dust flying everywhere. It's gonna get very dusty very quickly because you're just in this area for so long. So I would suggest just cleaning it up, dust things around. I actually spent the time to rearrange everything. My girlfriend and I spent the last week or so literally not only rearranging my room, and I got some acoustic foam pads for streaming and stuff like that to kind of prep myself, but I literally we just cleaned the crap out of this room. We literally wiped down the walls, got all the cobwebs out of the corner. I mean, we really have a lot of cobwebs, but just wiped down all the walls, dusted everything off, vacuumed the floors. We even shampooed the floors, which we kind of took it a step further. But in her mind, she was like, well, we're already gonna be cleaning this room like crazy, so we might as well just start cleaning the whole house and kind of deep clean everything. So we actually did that throughout the whole house. But in my room in particular, where my computer is, that is something that we did. And this really just kind of, like I said, if you're just going to be in here playing games anyway for such a long period of time, you might as well clean it. So that's fairly simple, but just clean it up, make it look nice. Number 5, looking into getting plants for your room or a diffuser. Like you guys can tell back there, I don't know if you can see that little glowy brown thing behind me is a diffuser. I know some people may not have these things and you don't have to buy one. I think they're going to be great to have. You're going to be spending a lot of time in the room, like I mentioned previously, and having these things in your room just overall improves the air quality. You're going to be in here breathing, talking, sweating, trying to grind up to 60. So at least I am. So, having these things, making your room smell nice and kind of purifying the air, if you will, because you're going to be in here for extended hours, is going to go a long way. Not to mention, my girlfriend tells me that my room smells like ass every time I play in the room for a long period of time, especially if it's hot outside. So it'll prevent your room from smelling like ass. That's always a plus. Number 6 kind of ties in with the whole health thing, I guess. But stand, stretch, move around as much as you can when you can. For me, I'm going to be sitting down. I think our schedule is going to be something crazy like 24-hour first session and then 18 hours playing after that, basically, with 6 hours sleep. So there's not going to be a lot of time for me to just go out and go on a run or go work out. So for those of you who are going to be casually playing and are going to have a normal schedule, obviously it doesn't really apply to you too much. But for those people who are going to be playing for extensive hours, you know, whenever you can get up and walk around, move around, maybe during some downtime, if people are going to getting skills, if you're on a flight path or somebody's doing like you know, if you have a shaman in the group, he's doing a totem quest and you're kind of waiting on him, you know, these are times where you can kind of get up, walk around, maybe go for a little, you know, walk around the block, or get up, do some jumping jacks, some push-ups, just really anything to kind of get your body moving and trying to stand up as much as possible. I know a lot of people like Sony Digital, for those of you who are familiar with him. Sony in the fucking house! He's investing in a standing up, an uplift desk, which is basically a desk that can, you know, lift up, that you can stand and do that way. So, you know, that's a good idea too. I don't really have the money for that, so I wish I could, but I'm not going to do that. So I will just do my best to kind of stand whenever I can and just kind of get my blood flowing. You know, sitting for long periods of time, I don't feel like the body's really meant to be sitting down for 15 plus hours a day. So just trying to compensate by moving when you can, getting the blood flowing, helping that oxygen throughout your body and kind of keeping you more awake will go a long way when it comes to playing WoW for such a long period of time. It'll just be better for you overall. Number 7 is kind of more of a fun thing to do. It's not anything that, you know, like I say, you guys need to do or anything, but while I'm working, or if I'm just kind of chilling, or if you're at work, you can't really play or do much, and you're just sitting there, you know, watching YouTube videos anyway. One thing I thought would be really fun, because I'll be playing long hours and kind of help me power through these long sessions, would be I'm actually making a playlist of all of like the nostalgic songs that I used to listen to way back when I was playing like Classic and Burning Crusade era. So a lot of it's like my early high school, middle school years of playing, and I'm really excited because some of these songs I actually found an iPod of mine. It was one of those super thick 80 gigabyte, you know, iPods that first came out, and I actually found it in a random drawer of mine. And so I'm literally going through that thing, and I actually have a playlist name saying my WoW playlist, and I'm literally grabbing all of those songs. And I'm using YouTube for this because like Spotify, and I don't know if you guys use any other sites, but Spotify doesn't have a lot of these older songs, or these songs that are like remixed or whatever. And a lot of stuff I used to listen to was like screamo music and emo music, if you will. So I'm actually really excited to like start listening to these, because it really does bring back some songs, really like trigger a WoW memory for me. So I'm really excited to do that, and that's something that you guys could do too. Be kind of fun to switch it up, and you can incorporate the new songs as well. But I think having like all of this old music just really adds to, you know, my nostalgic feel when I level, because this is the stuff that I used to just literally on a Saturday, nothing going on during, you know, no school, no sports, no anything like that, I would just pump on this playlist and then I would just go to work. So I'm really excited to have that, but that's something fun you guys could look into doing if you guys are just chilling anyway, and it'll make your WoW experience hopefully that much better. So number 8 is more of some upkeep for your computer. Something that I did was I just uninstalled a lot of like unnecessary files, cleaning out your computer, making it a little bit quicker, I guess, and just overall a lot smoother for your whole experience. Going through your whole computer, this is kind of just more maintenance stuff, just deleting a lot of unnecessary files that you don't use. I know in Windows there's ways to like set it up so you can have it periodically just delete temporary files, which you can do too. Just probably YouTube it. I'm sure there's a video on it. But a lot of like pictures and music files and other like clips and stuff that I never use, or I just downloaded for a time and it's just sitting there, I literally just went through and just like cleared everything out. You can do stuff like that. If you use a hard drive, you can defrag it. Just little things like that to kind of help speed up your computer. Along with this is also uninstalling a lot of programs that you may not use, or games. I went through, I had like a bunch of games that I used to play that I don't ever really touch, and now that WoW's coming out, I really don't have any plan on playing these games at all anytime soon. So I actually just went through and just uninstalled like dozens of games, just because I don't really ever plan on playing them. I kept some of the other few that I do play fairly regularly, but for the most part I just uninstalled, and this could be any program really that you don't really ever use. Just little things like that, little maintenance goes a long way. Number 9. On the opposite of uninstalling and deleting files, make sure to update the ones that you do plan on keeping or using. So this could be anything that, you know, any programs or games that you could use, and even more so the little things that you don't really think about. Like a lot of the stuff I had updates on, and it was actually like creating like bugs and stuff for my computer. So obviously your GPU is one that you probably should be updating fairly regularly. If you haven't, do it. But like even other things such as like, you know, I use a lot of Logitech stuff. So like my mice, my webcams, whatever, you know, that has those updates. I don't really know if those things do, but there were a couple of Logitech products that I used that had updates that I was like, I didn't even know that even had updates. If you have a keyboard, things like that. So just update all the little things, all the little programs that will kind of help with your computer, because sometimes if you don't do that, it can create bugs and stuff like that, and it can cause issues and whatever. So just kind of upkeep with, and obviously your Windows stuff as well. Lastly, number 10, this is kind of something I just wanted to throw in there, but one thing that I actually invested a few bucks in, I think they were like 10 bucks per pair, was some blue light glasses. I don't normally wear glasses, so I don't really need anything prescribed. You know, blue light glasses just kind of help protect. People wear like gunners or anything, something like that, where it kind of just protects your eyes from staring at screens for such a long period of time. And I invested in a couple pairs of some blue light glasses that just kind of help protect my eyes, because I will be playing, a lot of it will be through the night, and it'll be really dark in my room, or my bright light from streaming that I use over here. So because I'll be staring at my computer screen for, like I said, 24 hours the first session, and then basically 18 hours after that, so really long periods of time, just kind of help protect my eyes just even a little bit. I know you can also do things like, you know, change the color of your screen and stuff like that. So whatever works for you. If you don't want to buy glasses, that's totally fine. Just, you know, figure out a way that can help, you know, kind of preserve your eyes. Is that weird to say? I don't know. Something like that will go a long way with, you know, kind of helping with reducing getting a headache or a migraine or just pain in your eyes. So all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, of course, make sure to like the video. If you like what's going on in the channel and you want to see more videos from here, make sure to subscribe. And of course, feel free to share it to people who may find this information valuable and they could benefit from it as well. I know I like to end these videos with a question, so here we go. In terms of the IRL quality of life, what is something that you would add to this list? I think this will kind of help people that come to the channel and want to watch this video. Yeah, man, I hope you guys really enjoyed it again, and make sure to subscribe. Did I just say that? Shit, subscribe. Oh, and I almost forgot, of course. Guys, I will be streaming everything on Twitch come launch day. The whole run, I think the first stream, because we're doing a 24-hour session, I'm going to be shooting for my first ever 24-hour stream. I'm really nervous. I don't know if I'll webcam the whole thing, but anyway, regardless, I'll be streaming everything. So if you guys want to follow me on there, we just hit 2,000 followers. So thank you to every single person from YouTube that has brought that over to the Twitch channel. I really do appreciate that as always. And yeah, man, make sure to follow my Twitch channel here at twitch.tv/ReveryXD. So with that being said, hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.